Well, a glimpse into the future here on Streamboard 2. As Chris Dobey, the 27-year-old, a man tipped for great things in the game of darts, not least by his kind of mentor Gary Anderson, taking on 17-year-old Bradley Brooks, who is causing something of a stir.
Practice starts over. It's Chris to throw first for the Bullseye.
His maiden season on the professional tour, having come through Q School.
Outside the 25.
At the beginning of the year, Bradley Brooks has already qualified for his first TV event in the UK Open. And he's taken some decent scalps. His best run was last weekend, last Sunday in Barnsley, when he reached the last 32 of Players' Championship 4. The cameras can add a little bit of pressure. And they can also make
99.
certain players thrive and perform closer to their highest standard. An
96.
interesting first round so far as it comes to its conclusion, with the final matches in the first round on each board taking place right now.
136.
The likes of Rob Cross, Kim Hybrex and Gerwyn Price have all departed.
58.
And now the man nicknamed Hollywood wants the Hollywood shots. He might not have gone for it, as Brooks was not on an out shot.
55.
But the 115, that leaves 90. The bullseye looks like it's got a nice marker there, and he's used it to great effect. Yeah, superb stuff. Good board management from Chris Dobey there to complete that 115 checkout. Might not have usually gone for the bullseye after the first start,
95.
but just the way it laid, he managed to just deflect off it into the bed.
135.
Solid starts for the man from the northeast of England. Bradley Brooks, a Lancashire lad.
123.
A product of Steve Brown's JDC circuit. Junior Darts Corporation, doing great work in
140.
developing the future stars of this sport.
137.
And you could be watching one of them here. Rapid throwing action.
81.
Now a chance then for Bradley Brooks to get his first leg on the board. Just wants to tee this up because 145 is a huge
58.
shot. Would have hoped to have found at least one treble, but might get a dart unless... Oh wow, double 14.
117.
Some start that would have been. 115 in leg one. The 145 couldn't follow. Now bullseye for Brooks.
63.
Wired.
No score.
Well, you see Bradley Brooks, a little nod in the background. He's racing to the oche, isn't he? Can't wait to attack this 25. Having to move across.
No score.
In the end, he's found the wrong bed, and Dobey also looking to find a clear path.
Game shot.
He manages to do so. And that breaker throw so early on might well hurt young Brooks. So confirmed second round matches then between Michael van Gerwen and Jeffrey Desvine in a repeat of their UK Open matchup, which of course was won by JDZ. And there's 3 in the treble 20 bed for Bradley Brooks, his first maximum.
100.
Can he do it again? Not this time. Stephen Bunting will take on Paul Nicholson in round 2. Anderson's
100.
opponent, Gary Anderson that is Davy Van Barlen. Max Hopp will take on Jeffrey de Graaf. Mensa Suljovic is
58.
playing Mark Wilson. Jelle Klaassen, Kirk Shepherd, Daryl Gurney, Simon Stevenson, James Wade, John Goldie and Simon Whitlock against Steve Lennon, all confirmed second round matches. As is Peter Wright against Brendan Dolan. Darren Webster against Ryan Joyce. Chisnell against Preston. We know that because we saw them on this board on the live stream, as Brooks here wants a bullseye for a dozen dart leg.
40.
Well, this would hurt, wouldn't it? Not going to happen. We've seen flashes of
128.
Bradley Brooks' talent in this match so far. Now we need to see what kind of temperament he has.
9 scored. Game shot. $41. $95.
Just watch the speed that he approaches the hockeys. Up there with the fastest in the world.
66.
Maybe he just needs to take a little moment to settle himself, because
60.
It might have the slight air of panic. That was a little bit slower.
$98.
But he's very young and he will develop by playing with the best in the world week in, week
100.
out. Having pulled off the quite incredible feat of winning his tour card in Wigan back in January.
43.
And as with many of these fast players, you just get the feeling that he's
96.
one of the players where he's got the potential to put in some quite brilliant performances. An action like this, when it's on,
80.
he could be a huge, huge scorer. Could be a huge, huge finish.
132.
Second time that Dobey's missed the double for a big three-figure combination. 145 earlier, 156 there.
95.
Well, double nine can be dodgy.
Game shot.
But that's just about the perfect dart. If it was going to miss, it was going to miss outside. But it didn't miss, and Chris Dobey has a 4-0 lead, and now he is putting his foot on the gas.
125. $59.
Very nice lad away from the hockey, Chris Dobey. When we were filming an update
48.
for the PDC Facebook channel before this, he was practicing on the other board. He gave us some kind words for our work afterwards, and I'm sure
92.
that there'll be plenty of kind words said about his career as it progresses. Did reach a final at the back end of 2016.
140.
When he was beaten by Simon Whitlock on the Pro Tour.
100.
So far this year, his best run has been to the last 16, but he did it at the best possible time, because that was at the UK Open Finals,
56.
earning himself £6,500. Good dart. Doesn't have to go for the ball now.
61.
This time he is inside the double nine, and Brooks now will look at the ball.
8. $82.
So Dobey to tidy this up. 2 darts.
Game
only
shot.
needs one. And only needs one more leg for a 6-0 whitewash.
140.
Well, that's better, Bradley. Certainly showing signs of potential. I mean, we knew that he
95.
had talent to have come through Q School in the first place and to have had the results that he's had so far on the Pro Tour. Definitely a player to watch out for.
84.
As is Jared Cole, a man who also progressed through the JDC circuit. He's won his first round
100.
match, beating Sven Grön 6-1. Also a win for Poland's
59.
Titus Kanik, 6-4 against Tony Newell. And John Henderson through 6-3 against Scott Taylor. Ronnie Hybrex has beaten Robert Thornton 6-1. And Adrian Lewis, who won this event last year,
25.
he's through the first round, having seen off Martin Atkins 6-3.
$58.
Our next match on this stream will be a second round clash between Simon Whitlock and Steve Lennon.
95.
We'll then have Steve Beaton against either Wayne Jones or Luke Humphreys. Brooks has a chance to avoid
60.
the bagel here. But it's a chance he hasn't
82.
taken. Always a tricky finish, that 98. Because you might only get one dart at double. That's all he got. And he's not going to get another this afternoon. A 6-0 win for Chris Dobey against Bradley Brooks, who showed flashes of his talent, but it wasn't quite enough to trouble Chris Dobey. He moves through 6 legs to 0.